Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk More Action Golf, where the swings are smooth, the putts are pure, and the competition, this time it got downright dramatic. And let me set the scene for you. We had my boy Rideaux and Bryan in the mix, two golfers who never backed down from a challenge. The stakes were high. The goal was we would play around the golf. Rideaux, Bryan, Chad, and myself, and then afterward, we would get back to the clubhouse and we would hold the interview to get their feedback about various topics. Chad was supposed to be my co-host. He was supposed to help me break down the action, talk with the guys, get to know them a little bit better, and allow you to get to know them a little bit better. But then, my guy Chad went completely rogue. Instead of helping me break down the action, he decided he wasn't here just to talk about the game. He was here to take over the game based on one hole where he birdied. And you'll hear the full discussion because it's pretty heated. And I want you to understand that these guys are amazing people. Rideaux, family man, basketball coach. Bryan, family man, good guy, good heart, plays well, always with a smile, has zero reason, as he said, to be upset about any kind of shot or a golf game. But, of course, Chad has the ability to raise the temperature in any room that he walks in. And as you hear, things got pretty hot. So, before we get into the episode, I want to remind you that I appreciate your support. And I would even appreciate even more if you told 5 people who would tell 5 other people about this podcast. Because when you listen to the podcast, you share your feedback, you give us 5-star, you comment about the positive things you're hearing about the podcast, it helps us to get more people all across the world to hear the podcast. And there is nothing better than to hear the podcast being played all over the world, because as weekend golfers, we can connect with everyone around the world. So I want you to know this episode got big swings, bigger egos, and a whole lot of scorecard controversy. So buckle up. If you're not following us on Instagram, do so. If you're not subscribed to this podcast, do so right now so you are updated, you are notified every time a new episode comes out. I want to give a big shout out to the Big Smoke, because these group of brothers for the last 3-4 episodes have provided all the guests you've been hearing here. So if you're not part of a golf community, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, find Big Smoke Golf Club and follow these brothers. They're doing amazing work, building a great community. All right, man, I've talked too much. Let's get into this episode. Just a heads up, this episode is also a little spicy with the language. So if you have kids around, right now may be the best time to have them put their headphones on or go into another room. All right? I hope you enjoy.
If you say you hit first,
and I went 300 yards.
no, we're not talking about off the tee.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then I drove to his ball.
I
He hit
hit
out
first
the
off the
stand.
tee because you got mad because you want to go first? You want to go first? You
I
want
don't
to go
remember. My
first?
shit went false. I took him to that motherfucking second shot right in that motherfucking sandbox. He actually got out. He hit the lip and then it rolled down. And it was still behind my first shot, which yours was too. You know what I'm saying? And so then I got it only needed like 100 and some odd yards, so I
You
know.
know what my first shot was, because I punched out.
Look, I'm telling you, my second shot went into the
I just
motherfucking
played
sand
golf. I'm not
on the
gonna
thing.
sit there.
I got my money. I ain't
So
even talking about it no more.
No,
We
Y'all
tied.
tied?
We tied. Yeah, a legit tie.
So what about me and you, Bryan? How many?
What was the final scores? I don't even know what I
I was
shot.
that nigga took the card and he didn't want to give it back to me, and then
I'm trying to mark this shit.
he looked at it like
You can look
10
at it,
times
Birdie.
I probably
outside.
shot like 47, 42 or something like that.
You already entered my parts in
I did
7
a
birdie?
19.
Everything's in.
Oh, you put everything in?
I did 19 on the back nine. We both did 19 on the back nine, and
I don't know
then
what
we
I
had
shot.
54 on the front nine.
Because That's the only thing I don't like about this course. It fucks up your 18 birdies. Like you can't. So for the.
Y'all, I just hate that. You know what I'm saying? I only had one guy. I guess my true friend that's going to acknowledge my
bro. Me and
birdie.
Luke wasn't in the cart with you.
You know what I'm saying? Well, look.
So that's what I'm. So you saying your drive was 300 yards? That's cool. Bro, that's not a big deal.
That was a long drive. Yeah.
That was a good long drive. And then you verified it by saying, nigga, it go down.
Man said he drove 308 yards.
I thought that was your second shot.
No, that was my first.
I'm saying the one you was hitting out the middle of the fairway, I thought that was your second shot.
My thing is, you remember when you asked me
off the tee.
while both of you guys were in the car, and you asked me if this is Chad's second shot?
Yeah.
I didn't see any other shot from Chad.
But you agreed to it, so that's put in his head that it was his first shot.
Yeah, because I didn't see. I was in
exactly
because you
drove
guys
you to the bumper.
exactly.
You agreed with him, and that gave him all the fuel he needed, and he wasn't gonna go back from there.
So what I'm saying, Brian, is that you were in the cart with him. So if he hit a second ball,
So if you're not listening to me,
okay, go ahead.
no. We in the same cart.
Yeah.
So if he's trying to get validation from somebody else, and you say that's his first shot, you think he'll listen to me for any more?
Hey,
He's
man,
not gonna
all I
listen.
want to know is...
I think what I'm saying...
You act like you knew that was his first shot.
No, but what I'm saying to you is... I'm saying to you, if I'm in the cart with you, right? If I'm in the cart with you, we both tee off, and then we drive to a ball, right? Let's just say his ball was further
I would know
back.
that he hit a second
Correct.
shot. That's what I'm saying.
I said that the whole time.
So then if you say that you're in the car with him...
he didn't take it, so I can't say... I can't tell this man if he say not taking a shot. He's been drinking. He missed shots 2-3 times.
But this is my thing.
He just did that the hole before that.
In order for him to get his...
We don't talking about the 18th hole right now.
In order for him to get his drive to where it was, he would have had to duff that second shot.
Did I duff a second shot? After
So what do you mean
I
by
took you to the...
He would have had to hit it behind the ball. He would have had to hit a bad shot.
Because bad shot.
If you say your shot is in the bunker, he was behind you, right? And then when I saw him, he was just a little bit in front of you.
After your second shot.
So that means he had to have duffed that
when I hit that motherfucker,
go only like 20 yards.
Right, you got out the bunker for the first time. It wasn't a good out the bunker, but you did roll.
Brian, how you look at what you post on 18 birdies? Because I accepted you.
Right. Yeah. What we need to do is,
but it's, when I click on that, it just show you like we still out there.
That bitch 300 yards. Because Brown the only one that's in this.
Did you hit a second shot?
My second shot went into
this
the damn
wasn't
bunker.
A bad round of golf.
Across the water.
Across the water. And then my third shot was I can get hit out the motherfucker.
So Brian, you know the issue is.
So he was saying when you hit your third shot, he was hitting his second shot. That's what I'm telling you. That's what he's saying, and Brian is saying you hitting your third shot when I hit my third shot. That's what it's at. I'm telling you.
In the most respectful way.
Did you get your money back?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
You feel me?
Okay, well, why you arguing with him? He gave you money.
Because I'm going to get the last word. He wants the last word. I want the last word.
I'm not getting the last word.
Well, you get the last word.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you sure?
You still talking?
And you still talking. So you get the last word. So who get the last word if you still talking?
No, we just talking.
Well, he get the last word.
And this is why
I'm going to get the last word. That's why I'm going to do the same thing. You're going to justify that.
This is a lose-lose.
You're going to justify that.
Chad for a while.
Yeah. You're going to justify that.
I'm not losing.
Me getting the last word or you getting the last word.
If
you're going to go back and forth, I'm going to keep going back and forth. That's just me.
Because he's not going to...
Right, because I'm not going to get the last word and you're not going to get the last word, then fuck it.
You went in the car.
Gonna kick us out.
I was not.
And we was arguing about it.
I ain't arguing about shit.
And he came for you for validation.
No, I ain't have to come to him. They validated it already.
Based on what I saw.
I didn't say you was wrong or right.
Okay.
I'm saying when you validate that point, he went to 10.
But Brian, if you're in the car with him, you can say, no, Chad, this is your third shot.
Where did I hit the second shot is what everybody, what a duff shot is.
So when you had to say, here was the second shot,
Taji's
what
question,
were we doing?
where was the second shot?
I thought you guys were arguing and you like you were arguing that shot.
Explain to Taji where was the second duff shot. Because I drove you to that fucking bunker. Where was the duff shot?
Next time, I'm going to be like, nah, I don't know.
If you can't explain what a duff shot was, then I'm right. What was the duff shot? That's all. That was Taji's question.
That's all I was worried about. Like when
I drove you to the bunker. Where was the duff shot?
Did you not hit before me?
No.
You just said this whole time you hit before me.
Off the motherfucking tee, 300 yards.
You didn't hit off the tee before me. I was the first one off the tee because you got mad because you like.
I don't give a fuck. Who went first?
This is what you just saying.
We talking about where was the second duff shot. If you can't explain that,
Can I get a?
it don't make no sense.
We recording. Go ahead. Introduce yourself, Brian.
Are we doing already?
Record?
Yes.
How are we introducing ourselves?
Hey man, look, I'll
however
let
you
you
wanna
know me, man.
introduce
I'm the two-time.
You don't want Brian to introduce
No,
himself?
let's
I
Chad
mean,
go
look,
first.
I'm tired of arguing with him. He trying to how you introduce yourself. I'm just saying, I'm CB, Chad Burton. I was on the first season, the second season with the second most hits, and now I'm back again. I just got a birdie off the 18th
You're supposed
hole.
to be a guest host, Chad. So that means when you're a guest host,
You let everybody
the
speak.
guests
Speak.
go
Yeah.
first.
All eyes on me. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna
Shit.
say, my name is Ty Rideaux, and we about to get kicked out of Timber Creek
Out of Timber Creek.
Country
'Cause
Club.
Chad is doing a lot.
Burton is full of Stella Rose.
He's
Chad,
talking
you
to
eating a salad?
Man, you see, I can fit this large, baby. Nigga, I could fit this motherfucker in 2 years, man. Come on, man. This motherfucker is drop fit
Hey.
tight to the bitch.
Go ahead,
This is
Brian,
my
this is
first time on the
your-
podcast. My name is Brian Davis. You know what I'm saying? From A-Leaf. Straight. Just pleasure to be on the show with y'all, with you and Chad. You know, appreciate
You from
man.
A-Leaf?
I'm from A-Leaf.
Okay, so Houston native.
Yeah, I'm Houston native. Grew up there.
All right.
Then I went out and went to the military and came back.
How'd you get into golf?
So, just getting back in golf, I had a lot of knee injuries. When playing basketball, I played basketball, football. I played football at Stephen Foster. So I had 3 ACL tears. So I really couldn't just do a lot of sports no more. So I got into golf when I was about 35. First time I played, I was in the military. I played in a veterans tournament, and I played Pebble Beach, but I had never picked up a club before. So this is like 1920. First course I ever played was Pebble Beach. So I got to play in that tournament, and that was the first time I ever played golf. And then I didn't play golf again for 15 years.
Oh, that's what's up. That's
So-
what's up. All right. Go ahead, Rideaux. Introduce yourself, because Chad finally is quiet now.
And that salad ain't quiet. That boy was snacking.
I'm hungry.
I know.
My name is Ty Rideaux, man. I'm from Beaumont, Texas. I've been in Houston since 2009.
That Archie, baby.
I'm a high school basketball coach, but I fell in love with golf about 2013, and then I started having kids, and I took about a 4-year hiatus, and just got back to playing regularly back in July. So that's where I'm at right now.
You count these dots up.
You know what? Since we on the whole thing about like who stroke, what stroke, like what does it do
Pause.
to you when you playing with someone that you like? You have to be watching them.
Well, it's easy to, like you say, some people you get playing and you miss a hole or you miss a stroke, so it happens. Like I've seen people legitimately, miss a stroke, and I've seen people legitimately lie about it. So
Okay.
you just got to know who you're playing with. Like you just understand the game, and that's why usually I do it if I'm playing for money with anybody. We just call out our strokes: hitting 3,
Okay.
hitting 4, hitting 2, hitting 1. So everybody knows where everybody's hitting, and it just keeps everything easy. Because if you say it out loud, everybody knows what shot you hit.
Yeah.
So if I'm on
yeah.
1, you can say I'm on 1. And that just makes it easier, but like I say, this is an integrity game. You playing for fun. And man say you gotta...
I mean,
say you gotta
Chad
fun.
clearly was not calling out his shots.
Nobody would.
I was. I was calling out my
Y'all got
shots.
into it over going into the out of
No,
bounds.
it wasn't a get into it. It was a situation where
Yeah.
I
You
went
want to
to
play by the same rules?
No,
as
I
everybody?
went in the woods,
Yeah.
and I told Luke when we played at Clear Creek the other day, the rule
You supposed
that
to
if
let
you go
T-box.
out of bounds, your third shot is off the tee box.
Yeah.
Well, since he was dropping, so you noticed I was back there, and so Brian says,
Without cheese.
Because at that point, you was already out the hole. So I was like, just come here.
So Brian says, so why you dropping way back there? So when then Luke got out there, so you went in way up. So it wasn't a sense of
Yeah.
me trying to finagle anything
Nah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
that.
You don't do anything wrong. And like I said, this man legitimate thinks he hit his second shot and don't remember the shot that we talked about.
Nah, I don't think Chad does not remember.
Oh, he
Okay.
was-
I think Chad is pretty much trying to get one over you.
So case in point.
You
The-
think I'm
Period.
trying to get one over him? So
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
So
yeah.
you saying that I didn't birdie?
So
Listen,
So you
I'm,
said I didn't hit the
Go
300
ahead,
yard?
what happened on the hole before that?
Oh, that's okay.
He hit one off the tee. Went out of bounds.
Right.
He hit another one off the tee. Said he was just playing. It was a practice
That's
shot.
the 17th
hey,
hole.
there you go. You see
on
what
the
I mean?
18th hole.
He really hit another one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He hit another one.
Look, I gave myself a max. We talking about the 18th hole.
gave
I
myself
hit
a
it
max.
308 yards. You said it yourself. I drove you to that first bumper that was like 130 yards that you couldn't barely get out of.
You know,
it rolled another 50 yards.
You know what I think it is, Brian? I think all of this is all about level setting, right? Because I think in our example, right? For me, I always say no mulligan.
Yeah.
So that means if I stripe it on the tee, in my mind, or the way that I've always played it is I go wherever the ball entered, I drop for a penalty, and I keep going. But Rideaux, you're saying, right, based on the rule, the right rule.
Yeah, the right rule is...
And my part was not the right rule. It's just, hey, this is something I've always done.
Even like if it's your second shot, you go out of bounds. You're supposed to hit from that same spot.
Correct, yeah.
You're not supposed to go up and drop a lateral. That's just casual play, but that can be a rule within a rule.
Right.
Like, just like when you start a game, you say, hey, we're going to play lateral hazard the whole game. That's understood. So that's the rule. You're not playing PGA rules. You're not playing the way the pros play, because we don't have to. We're weekend golfers. And sometimes, us going back to the tee 4 times is going to slow down play, and then you're going to make it so you say, hey, just take a lateral.
Right.
You take your drop. Most of the time, you're supposed to take 2 strokes. Because that gives you that.
So that's what I was trying to get to. So
that gives you the drop. So if you do a lateral hazard, you take a drop, you're supposed to be hitting 4 instead of 3.
Because
you take 2.
You're assuming that the rule is when you drop, the assumption is that's where I hit my tee shot to. So if you think about it, so if I hit my tee shot out of bounds, right? I'm supposed to be hitting 3 from the tee. But if I drop up there, that means I hit my tee shot. So now I'm hitting 4 instead of hitting 3.
See, what the guy that introduced me to this framed it, and maybe my next goal now is to really understand the rules. Framed it as like you could either do one or 2 things. You could take stroke and distance from the tee, or you can simply take stroke from where you went off into out of bounds. So that means when I go, the way that I've always understood it is like, if I hit off the tee and then I go into the rough, if I hit it off the tee, I'm taking stroke and distance. But if I don't want to take distance, I could simply go to where the ball went in, simply take a stroke, and hit it from there.
So that's an advantage.
Yeah, because
right. But I'm saying that's how I've always. Someone told me
the true rule. The true rule. So think about it. I'm on a tee box. I hit it into the woods.
Right.
I walk up there and I drop. Most people saying I'm hitting 3. Well, the rule is you're hitting 4 because that was your tee shot.
Correct.
You're dropping your tee shot.
You're just saying your
third shot was the tee shot. So now when I drop, that was my tee shot right there.
Yeah,
that's the rule.
I think I need to read the rule book to better understand.
Like if you go in the water, you're supposed to wherever you go in the water, you're supposed to the furthest part you cross. So if you cross to the front of the lake, you're supposed to drop at the back in the beginning of the lake. But that's only 1-stroke penalty. Lateral hazards only 1-stroke penalty. But if you go out of bounds, it's a 2-stroke penalty.
Okay. All right. Is that clear to you, Chad?
So when we go off the first tee box at Clear Creek, and we slice it
into the wood.
So now that's going to be 4.
You're hitting number 3 from the tee box. But if you want to go up there and say I went in right here, you're still hitting 4.
You're hitting 4, not 3.
Not 3.
And then,
so that's a 2-stroke penalty.
It's not the stroke penalty. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. So when I hit the ball off the tee and it goes into the woods, right? You're supposed to hit a provisional just in case you can't find your ball. Say you can't find your ball when you drop up there. Well, we're like you said, we're weekend golfers.
Right.
Yeah.
So now when you drop your ball, you're saying in your mind, well, to everybody else, this was my actual second tee shot, which is going to be, that's number 4 that you're hitting.
So that's your third shot, so you're hitting 4. Your provisional is always your third shot.
Your third shot. So, so without hitting a provisional, that was your drop. That's your provisional. You know what I mean? And so that goes back to pace of play. You don't want everybody hitting 4 or 5 shots off a tee box. Right. You know what I mean? And we want to keep the pace of play up.
Okay, case in point, when we did the out of bounds part.
Right.
You thought I was out of bounds, but I get a free drop because I was in a man-made structure.
That one I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. But even though when it happened, when you said, hey, you get a bogey, what I say? Until I can prove it, I got a bogey. I didn't argue with you, even though I knew it was right.
You did argue with me.
No, I said, let me go talk to the tour pro.
Okay.
But I gave myself a bogey until we got it established. I'm not going to sit there and argue with another man because it's not even worth it at that point. We're playing the game for fun. Like I said, we're not making thousands of dollars. This is not something that we're going to lose our life over. We all friends. We all black. We all having fun. We all enjoying each other. Ain't no animosity. We had a great round. I enjoyed every part of this. I enjoyed playing with Chad Pimp C, a.k.a. Chad Butler, a.k.a. UGK's finest, a.k.a.
Tommy Sue Gloves.
Yeah. That boy, hey, and the second, third shot, whatever you want to call it, was amazing. He hit that
The first shot was amazing.
I missed it. I missed the first shot.
You drove right to it. It was 308 yards.
You see? You started it again.
I wasn't driving.
I've been trying to be quiet because Lord have mercy, I've been trying to be quiet.
All right, let's pivot to the challenging part of the game for you guys. Like, what do you find most challenging in the game right now for you?
Consistency. That's the biggest thing ever. If you can't get out here, like I said, if you come cold to last time we played, I didn't get to go to the driving range. You see it take me about 5-6 holes to warm up just to even hit the shot. So just having that consistency and knowing your distances, knowing, your clubs. Because when you don't play, first thing to go is your short game. And if you can't get between 120 and in, like the guy said to him earlier, and he about to beat him up, you drive a show, you putt for dough. And he's like, what does that mean? So that means you could drive it 400 yards, but if you 5-putt every time and the other guy hits it 200 yards and puts it on the green and makes a 1-putt, you don't win the round.
That's true.
So you can be the longest driver in the world. You can make that thing look pretty, but if you can't finish, you can finish. And he finished it. He birdied. He did everything he needed to do. He tied it up.
That didn't even matter to the situation how I was thinking about from Marshall saying that comment because I one-putted.
You did one putt.
You know what I'm saying? Out the tee box at 308. And then I hit it, you know what I'm saying, to the green in the bunker. Got out the bunker on 3. And then one-putted. Period.
No.
Yeah,
what about you, Rideaux? What's the challenging part of your game right now?
What I've been focusing on, the challenging point to me is continuing my tempo, and you're gonna miss shots left, you're gonna miss shots right, long and short. But as long as I'm on my consistent tempo, I think I'm gonna shoot mid to low 80s every time because that's where I know where my game is. And when you get to the point to where we were playing the other day, Luke, with TA and Lionel, and we get to the 18 and they want to put some extra money on 18, and I stripe a drive, and I'm real bad at in-between shots. And what I mean by in-between shots is, let's say I hit my sand wedge 100 yards, but I'm 75 yards out. So now I'm not the big 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock guy. When talking about swings, you hear golfers talk about that.
Yeah.
I like to get a club that I can take a full swing on. So I hit a drive and I'm 84 yards out, and I see the pin and I'm like, I know I can hit my 60-degree wedge and it's gonna stop and I'm gonna have an uphill putt. And so just that part of just like basically what Brian said, the consistency, but the tempo. Like when I can find myself in a rhythm, I think that's where, and it's not often. It's not often. Like, like I can remember a couple weeks ago, I shoot 79 at Clear Creek. Then I can go out there and shoot 87 at Clear Creek. It's just because, but I've gotten to the point to where I know what I'm doing wrong. And when you do, that's the challenging point. Yeah. I hate, and it's crazy that I got to this. When you don't know what you're doing wrong, that's the challenging part of golf. Because now it's like, how do you fix it when you don't know what you're doing wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that may be the most challenging part.
What's the most challenging part of your game, Chad?
It's staying focused. I think I treat it like just we just having a great time, having fun. That's why I like when we bet. I only want to bet on the front nine because when we come to the back nine, I'm still into it, but at the same time, I just want to just relax. I'm like, we only got 9 holes. We got 2 more hours to be on this golf course and have a great ass time and just experience brotherhood. Staying focused throughout the whole thing is like I think that's my most challenging thing because back then I started having a good time.
And when you have a good time, then what happens? Well,
and that's when we all have fun. When Chad have a good time, then shit, that bring out the excitement in everybody's golf game.
I feel
you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. So knowing those challenges, like how are you guys? I mean, you have we all have families, kids. How do you guys find ways to work on those challenging parts?
It's just like anything else. Like if you focus on your craft, you're going to try to get better. You just got to do it when you can. Like you said, you got kids, try to involve them in it so they can play with you. And that helps incorporate it because they like it, and that gives you a chance to do it. And you can work on your game with them while they're trying to learn the sport, and they get a love for it as well. And just, when you do get tired, when you're in the bathroom, working on your swing. Like in the shower, I'll be working on my turn. Like any chance I get, if I'm...
How big is your bathroom?
I got a big tub. Super big. I got a whole bench and everything in there.
Wait, you turn your bathroom, like you extended the bathroom? Cause most bathrooms got that tub.
Yeah, we got dual showers. And
okay.
So it's a dual shower and bench. We got a lot of room in our shower, so it's pretty big.
Okay.
But like any chance I get, if I'm working at work, just when I'm working on, tempo, like you said, working on just pulling back, making sure I got arm pivot turn. So any chance you get to work on your craft, you try to work on it when you can. You just got to maximize the opportunities. And like you say, your life gets in the way. You just got to remember what you taught.
Yeah.
Take your key points.
Yeah.
Like when you do start doing certain things, just make sure you build on that instead of just let it digress.
Yeah. All right.
My biggest thing is I learned when I first started playing not to have too many swing thoughts. And I find myself when I'm having my worst rounds, I'm thinking about my posture. I'm thinking about my weight shift. I'm thinking about hinging my wrist. I'm thinking about bowing my wrist. I'm thinking about getting my back to the target. And when you start thinking about all of that, the game is hard enough. It's hard to consistently hit shots. And so my consistency is now coming from, I'm a high school basketball coach. And, our season's over now, and we got an extra hour of sunlight. Getting to the range or getting in the backyard and chipping. Because like Brian said earlier, the first thing that goes is your short game. And so I've been working on my short game. We go to Clear Creek, which we all love, man. The best course in the city, best hospitality. But being able to get on the range and work on different things, I found myself. I just bought a driver in November, and I find myself now I'm finally comfortable with it, and it's March. And I can tell when I'm towing it. I can tell when I'm hitting it off the heel. I know when I can flush it, and I can just walk away from the ball without looking. You can't get mad on this course if you're not putting in the time, just like anything else. You can't get mad that your relationship is not working out when you're not communicating at home.
I always want to know, how does it affect you if you're playing with someone that is not putting in the work, and then they're constantly getting upset, getting angry, slow, even affecting like pace of play?
This is why.
How do you navigate that?
This is why I love golf, because at the end of the day, it's you and the course. You shouldn't get distracted by nobody else. And that's how the golfers that are on the PGA Tour, they're not worried about nobody else but themselves. They're worried about putting the ball where they're supposed to. They're worried about their mechanics. They're worried about themselves. And that's the good thing about golf. You can, I guess, pull yourself out of the world and just focus on you. You against that ball. If you want, just like the light, if you go to work and you focus on yourself, you're good. But if you start looking at this distraction, this guy's doing such and such, and he's not pulling his weight, this guy's not pulling his weight, all it does is mess up your game. So you got to try to be focused on yourself. I'm worried about how you're playing. All it's going to do is bring my game down. So I got to worry about the things that I'm doing and focus on my situation and don't let none of the distractions get it, because y'all were talking the whole time, and some people will go crazy. They won't even hit. They'll sit there and wait until you finish talking every time. Be like, you need to be quiet, because that's just one of the unwritten rules of golf. You're not supposed to say nothing when people are swinging. But I can let that get to me, or I can just play golf and just enjoy the moment. Because I know y'all not doing it maliciously.
The key to me when it comes to that situation, what you're asking about is staying within yourself. But you don't know that if you're not putting in the time, right? Because you watch me, let's say you watch me hit a drive and I get lucky and I hit a drive 320. You may say, well, man, I need to get out here and crank it. Well, that's not your game. Your game may be, I'm a long iron guy. I can hit it short, but I know I'm going to hit this 6 iron 10 feet from the pin, so that's what I'm going to do. Many people in golf, that's one of their biggest problems when we call us weekend golfers. They're worrying about what the next man does. My job is I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. And so my job is to make sure that I'm playing within my game. Because that's why I'm real encouraging on them. Man, I've had some friends who say, man, we gambling. Are we playing for $5? Why are you telling them what to do? That's just my nature. I'm a coach by nature. Right. So if I see Brian struggling out the sand, I ask him, where's your ball placement? Where's your weight shift?
Well, you didn't do that today because he struggled out the sand.
No, but I did. I promise you I did.
Both did.
But he.
What you said, Chad?
Y'all both did at one point when we was gambling.
So
it still took 3 strokes to get out.
But one thing I noticed about Brian, and I just met Brian today, and we talked through text, is Brian is kind of like me. He's kind of stubborn. So he's gonna listen to what I'm saying, but he's still doing. He's gonna do what he's comfortable with doing because it's hard to work on things on the course.
Right. Okay.
You can work on that when you're practicing. So when Luke was hitting his 1 iron and he had just brought it out there the other day, I'm like, have you adjusted your tee? Okay, you see you hitting it right. Let's kind of overcompensate it. And then as the round went by, he was pulling it. He was pulling it a little bit, you know, and then he got to the point to where he was hitting it down the middle.
You guys talk about fellowship, and I wanna lean into that, right? Because I moved to Houston, I didn't know anybody solo, right? So now I could say I know you, Brian. I know you. I could do different things. What has golf around just bringing about a community for you guys? What has that done for you in your life?
The game of golf, when it comes to the fellowship, like I said, Mr. Austin, 69 years old. He was at my house for Christmas. You know what I mean? We met at Clear Creek. I was playing a single, and he was behind me. I said, you want to play with me? This was July. This guy and I talked 3 or 4 times a week. You met me in the freaking parking lot. Give me a 54-degree wedge I never used before in my life. But the crazy thing is, I didn't really know who he was until the Big Smoke thing. Chad, I'm out there on Clear Creek. And then we find out we from the same area. You know what I mean? And so the community, and it's not a race thing, but when I see so many African Americans, young, old, all different sizes, ages, playing this game, and that's what I love about Clear Creek. Man, you're gonna see every age, creed, everybody plays at Clear Creek, and it just, we're all one people when it comes to this golf, because this golf ball don't know what color you are. You know what I'm saying? And so the community aspect of it, and I got to give a shout out to Eric and Vic, man, with the Big Smoke, because I've enjoyed every second of the camaraderie. When Luke was running his marathon, when Eric was going through a situation with his kid, you know what I mean? EJ getting married, all these things is just a huge community of people supporting. And we're going to talk our noise, but at the end of the day, man, it feels like a lot of support. And I think golf is the greatest game God ever created. I honestly do. And and this coming from a basketball coach.
It brings people together, like you were saying. Because if I go play with a 12-year-old, we can relate. We can't relate on probably music. We can't relate on world issues. He's 12 years old. He don't have this. I do. So we can't relate on a lot of things, but we can relate on what shot we need to hit next, or what's the slope, what's the green, how's the wind affecting us. We can sit there and talk about golf the whole time and enjoy each other at 2 different ages. Same thing with race, same thing with creed. I could be a millionaire, other person can be broke. This is last $50 to play golf, but we both seeing this golf course the same way. and it gives you a common bond. It gives you a link and a sense of camaraderie. Like, hey, we both can this ball. We both can do what we need to do. We both can get the shot. We can hit birdies on 18. Even if we have, that's the one thing about golf I love. You can have a terrible round. It's that one hole make it all worth it. Like, you could be playing crappy the whole day. Then you strike one 308 yards. Then you put the second one, on the green. Then you birdie. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all good.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about golf. And, I know Chad think I'm talking about him, but that's just life, baby. Like, this is.
It sounds like it's just a great equalizer.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Everyone is on the same level.
Same playing field.
Same way you're making it. And, I think the camaraderie is also really important, right? Because I think golf is so much more fun when you're playing with the group. Mm-hmm. Right? You could play by yourself and you enjoy yourself, whatever, but I think it's so much more fun when there's another group of people there with you.
It's funny that you said that, because my friend TA that played with us, man, yesterday we go and play Wildcat Lakes in 30 mile per hour wind, and he said, he kept saying, man, I enjoyed Clear Creek the other day so much. It's because it wasn't just the people. We were talking crap, me and Luke got into it on 9, but it was, he knows I love him, I know he loved me, but it's just, it was the whole, when you have something at stake.
So we're talking about camaraderie, community. What's been your experience around camaraderie on the golf course?
So just like he's saying, it's no better feeling. Like, this is only one of the sports. If you hit a hole in one, everybody's genuinely happy for you. It's not like, he hit a hole in one. Everybody's happy, they're cheering, they're jumping up and down. A lot of sports, if you playing against somebody, so they're not happy for you, but they know that you're playing for yourself. And when they see you doing good, they're like, he's improving. Like you say, people watch you all the time. You go to the range, you got older gentlemen that have been playing this game for years. They don't have to help you. They don't even have to say anything to you. But they want to see you improve your game because they know the feeling that you get when you do everything right. When you say, hey, I'm going to put it in the middle of the fairway. Then I'm going to put it right on the green right here. Then I get a birdie. There's no better feeling than that because you did everything that you set out to do, and all your hard work is building to what you're trying to accomplish.
You can only congratulate somebody on a hole in one, but I'm a birdie.
I did.
I got a birdie on the 18th.
You got a birdie, brother. You literally.
I'm just saying what you just said out
not going to let that go.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Chad had a birdie. 18.
A birdie on 18.
At Timber Creek.
He told
Let me
us
know.
riding off of 18.
He
I
had
thought it was 4-4.
Okay, but I'm just saying, so we couldn't congratulate you in real time because you thought you had a .5. We thought you had a
But you
.5.
riding with me and said
Chad.
when did I do that on the
Chad,
second shot?
we had for the podcast.
Okay.
Chad, literally.
My nerves bad.
Hey.
I mean, he's saying, I love the camaraderie.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, put get that in there.
It can only congratulate people that do a hole in one. That's what he said, right? That's what he said.
That is not
But when
what
I say a birdie,
That's not what
I
he
did
said.
not get no love on the birdie.
That's the
Sit down, Chad.
Hold on, it's 5:38
I'm a nerd.
on a Sunday afternoon,
And we out here at the golf course.
and I just want to say,
Say what?
on 18, Pimp C, a.k.a. Chad Burton,
Chad Burton.
Chad motherfucking Burton, put it all together.
You didn't give me a jump up.
He
It took him
You know what I'm
17
saying?
holes.
It took him
Give me a
17
high five.
holes.
You didn't give me nothing.
he drove that bitch 308.
He shot 112.
He put his second
But
shot
he birdied 18.
in the sand, took it out the sand, up and down, hit a birdie.
One putt.
I'm sorry we didn't do it when it happened because everybody thought it was a par, but real time. But when we found out that it was a birdie,
That was the par 5.
that was par 5. He got a birdie. Congratulate that man. That's what I'm talking about.
We're proud of you, Chad. So right now, you people, Brian and Chad are hugging because
Hug it
they
out,
were
baby.
beefing. They were court mates.
No beef.
And now they hugging.
No
You got it, Luke.
no banana. Pause.
He was my court mate. He hit that motherfucker 308 yards. But anyway.
Since we're on celebration, best experience you had on the course?
Best experience, man.
Any course, not just today.
Best experience, I was in the Bahamas. This is right before they had the big storm and everything. I wiped out. So me and my wife, we were looking at properties over there. But we weren't going to buy it, but they gave us a free round of Albuquerque.
Okay.
So Albuquerque's a beautiful course off the coast. And I'm there, and like I'm supposed to play by myself. So this couple comes up, and they're playing with us. And this guy, I think he was on a Corn Ferry tour. He was trying to get on a Corn Ferry tour. So he was really good. Now, like I said, I'm playing more, so I'm regularly playing. And I'm keeping up with what I'm doing, but I'm not playing outside myself. I'm not trying to beat him. I'm just playing good. We're both having a good time. Our wives are having fun, enjoying it. So it's this one hole, like you can look out, all you see is water, ocean is beautiful. It almost looked like Pebble, that short, like 80-yard par 3, where you can just see the ocean behind it. So it looks just like that almost. Beautiful. And I tell this man, I say, hey, if I stick this, I'm buying everybody, we're going to get drinks, we're going to have a good time, we're going to go to dinner. I put it 5 feet from the hole, and everybody just goes crazy. My wife like, we going to eat. Everybody's enjoying themselves. And like I said, I would have never talked to this man on a normal day. We would never got any kind of interaction. It was just a good day. Like I said, everything was good. We went and ate dinner afterwards. We had a good time. We still, communicate with them on Facebook. We said we're going to try to go on a trip with them later on in life. But it just, the moments when you do what you think you want to do and you can accomplish that, those are the greatest feelings in golf. Like even the one when on 9, when I had to drop the ball and I got that par. I know you wanted to give me a bogey, but I worked hard for that par. Like I do everything.
That's the man-made par?
Yeah, the man-made par.
Okay,
the
all right.
man-made par was one of the greatest feelings too.
That Clear Creek is a monster.
Because now, like I said, I'm struggling. I'm just starting to get my swing down. I didn't have no warm-up, so now it's finally coming together. I'm finna hit this stinger underneath these trees to the green.
Yeah.
Did exactly that. Up and down par. Even though you didn't want to give it to me, I was like, man, I accomplished what I came out to do. And those are the good feelings. That's what makes golf great. When you do what you intend to do, you go out there and you make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps you coming back. Like you say, you're going to have bad shots. And that's just like life. You're going to have bad days. But when you can have that good day and you can enjoy it, that's some of the best feelings ever.
Yeah. What about you, Rita?
It's twofold. I'm glad you said 9 at Clear Creek. Mm-hmm. So a couple days ago, I'm not gonna get to the whole story with Luke.
Everything involves Luke.
Everything's with Luke. So I stripe a drive down the middle of 9. 9 is my nemesis. 9 and 11 at Clear Creek. They just eat my lunch.
Add a little context. We're playing with three other people.
It's
everyone shots is all over.
We're
the place.
all over the place. We're all
He's
over the place.
the one person.
I'm in the middle, right?
In the middle.
So I'm about 150 yards out, maybe 140. I said I'm gonna hit a light 8-iron. I pull it, right? So I end up in the back of the green, like towards where the putting green is. I pull out a 60-degree wedge. And when I tell you, bro, this is probably the best shot I've ever hit in my life. It's a down slope. Mm-hmm. When I don't know what it did. They were right there.
We were watching,
But my friend T.A. told me when it hit, it just stopped. Like I flopped and I poured 9.
Yeah.
That just happened 2 days ago. But best experience, man, I got to play Doral. I think it was the year Tiger tore his Achilles at Doral. Mm-hmm. The year before Trump bought it. I used to manage an NBA player, Kendrick Perkins. Yeah. And the Heat and the Thunder were playing in the finals. So everybody staying at the Ritz-Carlton in the Four Seasons. I went and stayed at Doral. Yeah. So I go stay at Doral. You go out there, they give you a caddy. You hit the ball. He tell you, run to your ball, wipe it off, tell you where to hit. I played the Blue Monster. That may have been the best experience I've had on the golf course. When I'm talking about scenery, it's like the relationships you've met. I've met some friends some people I've been knowing all my life that I'm closer with people that I met on the golf course than I am with people that I've been knowing all my life. Yeah. And I think that's, like you said, I keep going back to the great equalizer. Playing Doral, playing TPC, San Antonio, those courses, playing Redstone, it was Redstone, and now it's Golf Club of Houston, right after the show opened. Like playing those courses where you can lay on the fairway like a bed, and you see how beautiful this game is, and you meet white, black, Asian, and we're all here. Like today, those two gentlemen behind us, we might have had a couple holes we were playing slow, and they were all smiles. They're like, no, play, have a good time. They were having a good time. They were hitting bad shots. The overall golf experience to me is just it epitomizes life. You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some great days. But at the end of the day, we're all in this together. And I think the game of golf itself is just kind of just like a blessing. And I'm not trying to be biblical or spiritual. I just think it's a blessing because for 4.5 hours, I'm not worried about answering my phone. I know I'm not worried about what my kids are going on. My wife knows if it's an emergency, I know we have to. But for 4.5 hours, it's just us and the elements and this ball and something that we love to do that brings us all together. I'm a big family guy. Next year, y'all going to have to come to the family Christmas party. I do it at my house. I'm a really, really, really big family person, and golf epitomizes the whole cycle of life when it comes to family, camaraderie, ups and downs, challenges, how to handle success, how to handle failure. This is what I get out of golf, and that's why I love it so much.
So what characterizes a bad round for you guys?
So I can't never say I have a bad round of golf because just like I say, being out here is a blessing. Just being here, but when I can't get into myself, and what I mean by that is when I know there's things that I can do that I'm not able to do because either I'm rushing or distracted or trying not just completely immersing myself. Like you said, you got 4.5 hours, you can just play and be free. When you got other things on your mind and you get distracted and you just can't just lock in, like y'all said, lock in on the ball, lock in on the golf. So when I can't do the things that I know I can do, that frustrates me. I can't never say I've had a bad round of golf because, like I said, just being out here is a blessing. Some people can't even get out here. So just being able to have this 4 hours, be able to hit the ball, being able to do the things that I love, just being out in nature, just walking, smelling the grass, the green air. I can't never be mad at that. I can't never say it's a bad round of golf. I've had bad moments in golf, but it's never bad. And I can't say that I've ever had just a true bad round.
Me, it's ball striking. So I was telling my friend T.A., he worries so much about what he scores at the end of the day. I've had some of my best rounds where I hit the ball terrible. But the golf gods just gave me a bunch of good bounces, right? Yeah. And some of my worst, I ain't gonna say some of my worst rounds, but not so good rounds. I didn't score well, but I struck the ball perfectly. So when I come to the course, I'm worried about my ball striking. That's what I'm worried about. And so a bad day of golf is just when I'm not striking the ball well, my tempo's off, I'm gripping the club too tight. It's just I'm not who I know I am. And I'm not saying I'm a scratch golf or anything like that, but I know who I'm supposed to be. And so that's the worst days when I know, man, I'm gripping the club too tight. I'm too quick in my transition.
The other day I was having a conversation with someone about people that we look up to, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, Tiger is one of the best players. Yeah, Tiger is my aspiration. I aspire to be like Tiger. And my argument was like, you should be aspiring to be just as good as the people you're playing with for right now. Mm-hmm. And then when you get there, then you go to the next person, then to the next person, because I feel like there is such a distance, right? Mm-hmm. Not just in lifestyle, but just the amount of work that you can put in as a weekend golfer to be saying you want to be like Tiger. What are your guys' take on that?
I'm not a dream killer, right? So if you want to be like Tiger, fine. But I'm still realistic, right? So my aspiration is not to be Tiger. My aspiration is to be the best version of myself, right? And that comes from my sports background and today, like I said, being a coach. I know what I'm capable of doing. And so when I'm not able to do what I know I'm capable of doing, it's like I want to be the best version of me. So if I shoot 79 at Clear Creek, right, I want to be able to shoot 75 at Clear Creek. I want to be able to shoot 73 at Clear Creek. And so I never want to take away idols from people, but I think a lot of people set the bar so high in this game. I was playing yesterday. I have a nephew who goes to Episcopal High School, which is a private high school, and we were playing at Wildcat, and the two young men, they were playing behind us, like, y'all come play with us. One of them played at Episcopal. And so we're talking, he's like, Coach, I'm going to play D3 golf. And his swing was beautiful. And I'm saying to myself, I can't swing the club like him. He's been playing golf since he was 3. I've been playing golf since I was 37, 38. I'm 41, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know how to set realistic expectations for myself. And so, again, Luke, you're not wrong when it comes to don't aspire to be, you shouldn't aspire to be Tiger, but I don't want to kill Brian's dream if he want to be Tiger. It's like, but for myself, I want to be the best version of myself. I believe that if I play my best round of golf, I can shoot 78, 77, right? I don't believe that I'm good enough right now to shoot 60 anything, 72. Like, I would have to be almost like a perfect round of golf to even shoot in the 70s, and I've been there before, right? But as individuals, I don't ever want us to be able to say, because Brian set his ceiling this high, and I set my ceiling this high, that I need to rain on his parade. So if he wants to be Tiger, let him try to be Tiger. All I'm going to try to do is inspire him to say, hey man, let's try to take steps into getting to Tiger.
Yeah.
Some people think, hey, I can hit the ball a long way, I can be Tiger.
Right.
Well, Tiger don't have to go to work. You know what I mean? Tiger gets to hit 1,000 balls a day. Tiger can play 36 rounds of holes a day, and they can shut the whole golf club course down for him. We don't have those luxuries. And so we have to be realistic in our expectations for golf.
It's not wrong for you just telling them, the real, like, hey, Tiger's a great aspiration goal, but just like all these kids today, I want to be a great YouTuber. I want to be YouTube. I want to be YouTube famous. These kids are putting in hours of work. Like, you're not seeing the behind the scenes that they're doing. All you see is this minute clip that they're doing, and they're getting 3 million views. But all the hard work, all the years they've done, now got those views. And that's just like Tiger, like my son. He's always, Kobe's my favorite player. I want to be like Kobe. I want to be like Kobe. Okay, so I took him to the gym, and we did a Kobe workout. He lasted 15 minutes. And I was like, this is what Kobe does every day. Yeah. This is who you want to be like.
Sometimes twice.
Yeah. This is what you want to be like, and you can't even make it through 15 minutes. So think about when you say you want to be like somebody, what it takes to be that person. Like, if you want to be Tiger, Tiger's hitting 1 million balls of golf balls a day. Then he's going to the gym. Then he's going back to the range. Then he's going to a simulator at his house. So all these things that Tiger is doing, it's not just seeing him, shoot 62, 65 at Augusta. This is day in and day out. It's his passion, his life. So if you want to be Tiger, is this your passion? Is this really your life? Is you giving it all to golf? You willing to lose everything? He lost his wife. He lost his family, but he never lost golf because that's what he was passionate about. Like, he was training with SEALs, overtraining just to get stronger and to be the best golf he could be. Are you willing to do that? Like, you willing to say that you want to be Tiger, but are you willing to go through everything Tiger's claimed to become Tiger? All the obstacles. So if your Tiger's your goal, then you got to go through everything Tiger went through. And that's what you want to be. So if that's not what you're willing to do, just say, hey, I respect Tiger. This is an aspiration that if I could ever get here, this is what I'm trying to achieve. But like you say, bring it down. You got to start at step one. If you ain't shot under 100, how you going to be Tiger?
And I think that's the thing, right? That's the thing I was trying to, when I was talking to him, I was trying to say, it's like, you got to set steps, right? Do baby steps. Be better than the next guy next to you, right? Work your way up in order for you to say, okay, I want to. But then when you set that level of expectations, to me, it's almost like, I don't know, like what the best way to articulate this, but it's almost like you're like, oh, I'm setting myself up to fail. Right? Because you have kids, you have a family, you can't spend 5 hours on the range.
Yeah. And even like that, I would say, hey, let's go play a course. Tiger would probably shoot 71. Just being nice. Even par.
Yeah.
71. Shoot even par. I'm just going to watch you play.
Yeah.
Let's see how you do. Let's see how close to Tiger you are. If you 30 strokes off of Tiger, these are the things you need to work on if you want to be there.
To get them.
Because, like I say, sometimes trying to talk to people when they're not listening, all it's going to do is dead them to you. That man said he only had 3 birdies his whole life. Why would you want to take that from?
You know what I'm saying?
And just thinking about that 3 birdies
your
whole life.
So
this is one of his, like you said, pivotal moments. That's one of his pivotal moments.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, that didn't happen."
Yeah.
Why would I go kill his dream? Nah, man, that's okay.
And this is what's crazy.
Living your truth.
This is what's crazy, Luke, and we're talking about golf, and it's so much bigger than golf. It's like, this is my first time playing with Brian. You and I have played a few times, but it's the connection. Like, I feel like I've been knowing Brian all my life, just off of 18 holes. I'm serious, because God has given me, and I'm not trying to be biblical, but the greatest gift God has given me is the gift of discernment.
Right.
And I know a good person when I meet him. I'm probably shooting 99% from the field. When I meet a good person, I know that's a good person, right? So when I'm talking to him and just kind of, I know he's a good dude. You know what I mean? And he may be saying, man, I had a par on that hole. Oh, no, man, I forgot I hit that shot out of the sand. Or I had a double on that hole. Or bogey on that hole. No, But it's not a sense of, hey, I'm trying to cheat. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I use these apps is because I want to hold myself accountable. If I go out there and shoot 99, I'm going to insert 99 into this app because I want to know a real sense of where my progression is happening. That's why I always put how many putts I hit, where my drive went. Did I miss the fairway? Did I miss the green? Because now it allows me to say what I need to work on. I know for a fact 120 yards in has been my weak point, which it should not be. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's driving me crazy to go, all right, I'm going to the range and all I'm bringing is my wedges. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so those are the little things like Brian said, I don't want to kill this man's dream, but it's also motivation, right? Because I want to be able to get out here and be able to play with because I like to play golf by myself sometimes. Luke may not be available, Brian may not be available, and I want to play golf.
Right. Yeah.
So I go out there and I might get up with a couple, or I may be with an older gentleman and 2 young, and I want to be able to play golf with anybody that I'm grouped with, and I can hold my own. That's my goal. I don't want to be on a PGA Tour. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be able to play competitive golf with anybody that's on the tee box with me. That's my goal.
Yeah. But like even. I don't know if you played with EJ and Wayne before, but if you
played with Wayne,
I never played with either.
So even when you play with EJ and Wayne, just watch their demeanor when they're playing. They're not worried about nobody.
EJ's so cool, man.
But they're worried about their game. Mm-hmm. Like even if you say, hey, like they've seen people like, oh, I got a 6. They don't care what you got. I know I got a 5. I know what I'm doing. I'm not worried about you. If your integrity's off, or I say, Nigga, that's on you, because you got to live with that. Like when you go home and you know you did what you did, you gotta live with that. Like, there's no reason to, like, say, get into it over people, because, like, some people legitimately miss it, and some people are legitimately gonna do what they're gonna do to try to make themselves look good. But at the end of the day, we all know, like you said, if everybody's saying you got, like, even when y'all kept saying I got 3, I said, okay, let me count it back. Okay, I did get 3 because everybody saw it. Even in my head, I'm thinking.
In your mind, you really thought
I
had it out on the second shot. But Luke and I was sitting there watching.
Yeah.
But see, that's.
But in the moment, I'm frustrated. I'm hitting the thing. So maybe, And then I have to look back. I took my time out. You said, I agree with y'all. I said, hey. Then I look back. Okay, I did hit 3 shots.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up. It's perspective.
Yeah.
In his mind, he don't know that he just hit 3 shots in that bunker. Yeah. He feel like after that first shot, I got the second one out, right? But we watch it.
Right.
So in our mind, we're like, he tripping.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he really believes.
I'm in that moment.
Right.
And
exactly.
And when I got my chance to take back and deflect, I'm like, okay, that did happen.
Worst part of golf is pace of play. When people do not respect, when you watch people playing 3 and 4 and 5 balls on a hole, it's okay to be not very good at golf. It's not okay to be not very good and very disrespectful to the people behind you. That's why I was saying today, and we got people behind us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't that I wanted to. I'm worried about
anybody. Yeah,
it's just
like,
that
hey, let's be
cool.
respectful.
I don't even care if you cost yourself a stroke.
Yeah.
Just drop a ball so we can keep on moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's man. The game is a lot of intricacies into this game. But I'm telling you, man, it's such a beautiful. Like just sitting out here looking at this golf course, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's aspirational. Like this is something that I would like to have in my backyard.
Yeah.
Give me a 9-hole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is beautiful, man. The game is beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's a few days ago, we were playing Eric, Brian, and I don't remember who else was with us. Was it Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think we ended up playing just the 3 of us.
Yeah, it was just 3, right?
Yeah, right? And then, so there was someone in front of us who were just taking their times, right? And Eric had been doing really well. Just waiting for that guy for like a few minutes completely throw off the whole game.
Get your
to the
rhythm.
point we had to like, okay, let's do a reset, right? Because it's like your rhythm is all out of whack.
So if you ever notice, I don't know, you walk a lot, but if you ever notice, like if you're a rider, if you play with 2 people, you normally play much better than you do when you play with 4 people. You know why? Because you're getting to your ball and you're hitting your ball more often than you are with 4 people. So let's say it's 4 of us. Brian stripes one down the middle, you go right, Chad goes left, I go left, and then now, by the time it's time for me to hit the ball, it's been 10 minutes.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you find no rhythm, right?
Exactly,
you
yeah.
find no
It gets
pace of
in the
play.
way, yeah.
And it's like, okay, it becomes now I got people behind me, you know what I mean? And so all
It's
of
like
that comes
a gear that just keeps skipping.
It's mental.
Skipping one, like click.
It's all
you
mental.
can never get it. Yeah,
It's all mental because like the pace of play at this game is like that's my biggest pet peeve. Like you could be bad, cool, be bad.
Be bad fast.
Be bad and be respectful to the people behind you. Don't drop 3 and 4 balls in front of me because that's when you get people start to drive into people and now we having problems on a golf course.
Yeah.
But it's just not proper golf etiquette. Hey, you know what? Brian hit one in the trees. You hit one good. You know what Brian does? He drops right where you hit. And y'all both hit from right there and y'all keep it moving. You know what I mean? Because it's not like y'all gambling.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you're playing for a bunch of money. You're not trying to get to the Masters. And so all of those things is they all play into the enjoyment of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, we're wrapping up. We are on the conversation. So your pet peeve is
Pace of play.
Pace of play. What's your pet peeve?
So it's kind of, but this is going to be a weird one because I know you walk a lot.
Yeah.
But when you're riding and you're not driving, and the person is going all over the place. So say you hit the ball fairway. They hit it in the right, and they go all the way around to get the ball, and you still try to keep your sight on your ball. They go over here, and then they're like, okay, I want to walk to the ball. They take your clubs. It gets you out.
So when you're riding with someone, whose ball is like wayward all over the place?
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Control.
Everybody should not be drivers of golf carts. Like some people don't understand, like when you're the driver of the golf cart, you are setting the pace.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So let's say yourself and Brian are playing. Brian stripes one down the middle, right?
Right.
And you fly one way over here, right? And you start going all over the place, right?
But
It's other people playing with us.
Your ball is good.
Your ball is good, right? But he got your clubs.
Yeah.
So you're just driving around. Like, I promise you, it should be a sign on golf carts that said, experienced golfers should only be the drivers. Like,
So how would an experienced driver
the driver,
handle that?
yes, being the driver of the car.
So say we both hit the shot. You hit to the left, I hit to the right.
Okay.
The shortest person, you should say, hey, make sure if you don't know where your ball is, make sure, hey, the ball that we know where it's at, let's identify.
Okay.
Go find the other one.
Then let's go find another one. So now this person knows where their ball is. They're not thinking about it the whole time, or they're not trying to keep, because they're not even worried about you, and they're trying to keep focused on where their ball's at.
Right, yeah.
So identify the ball as you know where it is first.
Okay.
And then go to try to find the other ball. And then when we trying to find the other ball, let the other person go to their shot.
So
y'all have a great evening.
You too, take care.
See ya.
So you're driving, I hit the ball, I sliced it.
Yeah.
But you hit yours in the middle of fairway. If you're driving, whose ball do you go to first?
You should go to the ball that you know where it's at.
Okay, so you identify that ball first.
Middle of the fairway, we know, this ball is good, it's safe.
Now go
It's like if you're driving, you spend 30 minutes trying to find their ball, you don't even know where your ball is.
And then now you're about to mess up your second shot.
Generally what happens is you're not driving. I'm driving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So I'm driving wherever.
Yeah, I don't care
you get frustrated because you pick up two clubs without really knowing, and you get there, neither of those clubs are the one you need.
The inexperienced guys should never drive.
So that
should be a rule.
Because like you said, golf is a mental game. It's all about, being prepared. And when you're thinking about other things and you're supposed to be trying to think about, because like if I go and say, hey, you straight down the middle. You go to your ball. Okay, you 130 out. Let's go find your ball. This whole time I'm thinking, okay, 130 out. I'm going to get my 9-iron. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
If I spend 30 minutes looking for your ball, or 10 minutes, 5 minutes looking for your ball, I still don't know where my ball is. I still don't know what shot I'm going to. So when I get to my ball, now I'm rushed.
Or maybe you went when you thought you knew where it was, and then now you can't
find it. And now
find
you're looking there. Now you're rushing, and you thinking you know the shot you had, or you be like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you have the cart, and like you say, I take three clubs, and then I get there, and the 3 clubs I got are even the clubs I need.
Yeah.
And he's over there running around, and I'm not saying there's nobody today. So I don't want this to come out the wrong way, because I know this is gonna go in the air. I don't want this. Not about who is driving me today. I'm just saying,
Chad, if you're listening, this is not about you.
It's not about you. It's not. It's just a pet peeve of mine, because it takes the focus off of your game. Because it's always good to help somebody else, but if you're not able to like you say, no, this is what I need to be thinking about, and you worried about this, when you get to your ball, you're rushed. Like you said, you wait so long, and then you finally get to your shot. You got people behind you and stuff like that, and it really messes with you.
Now you're rushing.
Yeah.
There are 2 reasons why I walk, and that's one of them. Okay, that is one of them. I used to play with this guy. When we started playing, we were at the same level.
Yeah.
Little by little, I start progressing.
Yeah.
I'm not slicing no more.
Yeah.
And then, so we continue on playing. So now, he's that guy who's driving. And then now I'm going, I can't find my ball because he's waiting. Yeah. And I'm like, now I got to walk.
Yeah.
I got to walk. And I think, so the second reason why I walk, for me, it's like it really helps me focus.
Yeah.
I don't rush to my ball when I'm walking.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
It quiets my mind. All right, Brian, Rideaux, thank you. Chad was here, but he left. So I appreciate you all sharing.
Shout out to your birdie, Chad. I ain't gonna let you go down. Number 3
Chad
in the books.
had the birdie on 18, man.
Stripes. Hey, good.
Hey, man,
My boy.
Luke, appreciate it, man. I enjoyed it, bro.
3 down. Hope you get 4 next time.
Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk More Action Golf podcast. We hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. A big shout out to our producer and creative director, Ajane Josepha, for bringing the show to life. And a special thank you to Sid Mac for our fantastic music. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on your favorite platform. Follow us on social media for the latest update and exclusive content at Let's Talk More Action Golf. I'm your host, Luke Josepha. Until next time, keep swinging easy. And remember, let's talk more action golf.
Life's a maze, keep your head high when you going through it. I saw dead bodies look in the eyes of the living. Held back as you held back from making bigger decisions. We get lost, but this journey comes with us down. That's a given. That's a given. That's a given. We get lost, but the journey comes with us down. That's a given. That's a given.
Let's talk more action golf.